They're actually really easy. But my tomatoes, that you feel about what you're doing, and not just hitting your kids, but being in a certain space, hanging with certain people, doing certain things, because my body has always told me what I was truly feeling about it. And if I had a thought about that, I would have thought twice. So every time I whoop them, I would always be like, man, I do not want to fucking do this. But I got to do this, because if I don't, they're going to be XYZ. So parenting out of fear. Like, that's what traditional parenting is. It's, if I had to wrap it up in one sentence, it's parenting out of fear. So with that being said, and then as he got older, and since I'm traditional parenting, he required more of that, right? Because now you're starting to come into your own, and I don't like that for XYZ reasons. And my husband and I would like get into it about it, because he's, still very like, no, he needs this because XYZ. And I'm like, I don't feel right about it, and it was just like, I don't like the way I'm feeling. And the more they got older, the more he started talking about it. Hey, Ryan, you can come out here. What's up? Okay, you gotta go find daddy somewhere, or come out here with me. We got 2 kids who ain't feeling good, and the whining is real. So I felt it in my body before I knew it was wrong. So there, I can go on. I could talk about this really all day, because it's the most transformation I've ever made in my life. So I'll just try to keep it a little brief and to the point. My best. But I felt it in my body. I started questioning, like, I think when I had Ryan was when I really, So I felt it in my body. I wasn't feeling good about it, but I felt in my mind like, I have to do this because what you're supposed to do, or they're going to turn out like XYZ. The first thing I was introduced to was spare the child. And it was written by a black woman who basically, in the Bible, spare the child, spoil the child, some shit that ain't even in the Bible that people talking about is in the Bible, not even in the fucking verse. No, you can get me started. But she got a lot of slack, and even from me, because I was like, bitch, you don't even got kids. How you gonna tell me? But that's what you do. You get defensive when you know in your heart that you shouldn't be doing something and somebody telling you shouldn't be doing it. But then it's like, once you get the information, you can't delete it. So my body started getting resources. That was God sending messages to me about, yes, Regina, what you're feeling, you're not feeling. And when I had Ryan, and I remember when she was like 12, 7, 8 months, she's a baby. And I remember trying to do her hair, and she was fighting me, and and I remember I popped her. Didn't pop her hard. It was more of that attention shit, She was distraught. Like, whoa, my mama ain't never, who the fuck is this? And it made me feel so horrible. And I was thinking, so that was 5 years ago. And I was thinking, how am I going to teach her? And I think a few weeks later, she hit me or something like that. And I'm like, the second thing I didn't really ever feel good about was telling my kids not to be aggressive. It's not cool to put your hands on people. It's not and I do it. So I said the second thing was I was being a certain way and trying to teach my kids another. And as they get older, they throw that shit in your face. So I'm pretty sure one of them had brought it up, and it probably planted a seed or whatever. But I would like whoop them and then be like, why you hit your sister? Why are you doing this? Why you talking to them that way? But I've always been aggressive in my conversation and with them, especially when they're in trouble and stuff. So I said the second thing was I did not like how I was being, because I wasn't one of those parents like, you better beat their ass, or, so it wasn't aligned. And then Ryan came. So again, second set of kids, and I'm like, I'm over 30. I feel like a hypocrite. Exactly. That's exactly what I was. I didn't feel good about it. They would constantly, I can't think of the word, but they would be like, well, mommy, how you, and and I'd be like, cause I said so. And then I know that's dumb as shit. And I'm like, okay, shit ain't aligning. Where did I get this from? So resources started coming because